Hello, my name is Adrian Andrade. This is my reaction video to the article Body Ritual Among the Nacirema. I thought the article was funny, interesting, and thought-provoking. On my first read, I discovered a bunch of funny things, critiques on American culture, and some surprising facts. I thought it fascinating how the author depicted American culture. The most interesting thing was his point of view. He doesn't make these critiques as someone of our culture, he makes these as an outsider, peering into our culture like an astute observer. The article depicts American culture by making observations of it. He is right about the people dedicating portions of the day to economic pursuits and to ritual activity. On another note, he also called George Washington Nakasa, which I thought was funny when I read it. One ritual could be the ritual of exercise, which means going to the gym, buying a membership, and getting a badge so you can exercise. An outsider can view this as wasted energy. They would probably say, why waste so much energy on making yourself look like a strong, muscular man or woman? Why extend the effort? Or better yet, why pay money to run an artificial track when you can run outside for free? The observers or outsiders' interpretation of the practice largely depends on his or her cultural values. If the cultural values value intrinsic value, where human life is significant, whether or not they practice something, then they would look in awe or confusion at going to the gym in your own eyes. Because in their culture, you are perfect, no matter who you are. The reason this practice is connected to U.S. culture is because it is the result of one U.S. worldview, that our bodies are naturally ugly and imperfect. Thus, we go to gyms or sign up for classes or do our own private sessions in an attempt to make our bodies less ugly and imperfect. Another practice is going to school. An outsider would view this as something curious. Students are put in rooms, forced to read material on a certain subject, and are expected to know how to do a particular thing. An outsider might see this as ineffective, because the best way to learn how to do something is to practice. Like, to learn engineering is to make a bot, or design an aqueduct. Or computer programming, the best way to learn computer programming is to computer program. This is connected to U.S. culture because our culture prizes education. We see it as a way to better ourselves through learning. It is also seen as a way to pave a road for the youth. In the beginning of history, exercise wasn't really a thing. It was something natural for humanity to do because of all the traveling, migrating place to place, foraging, hunting, and plain survival. Because we were so nomadic. And then way into the future, that changed. Humanity spent less time trying to survive and more time on themselves. This led to the revitalization of exercise. People started to exercise to better their bodies and overall mood. As for school, education in the beginning wasn't so prized. Education back then didn't matter at all, but eventually it became one of the most important practices to this day. It went from counting sticks to learning the Pythagorean theorem in calculus. So the evolution of exercise in schools have changed society for the better. Exercise grew from something necessary for survival to being close to necessary for positive self-image. Not only does it improve self-image, it also boosts overall mood and reduces depression and anxiety. In an article published by the American Psychological Association, exercise boosts mood, regulates and decreases depression, and anxiety. Those who exercise actively are less depressed than those who don't. Changes in schools has made people smarter and more educated. Back then, we didn't have smart boards, computers, iPads, or the internet. These tools today make it easier for students to be taught. Now, teaching is much easier than it was, and students are being exposed to mass amounts of information, thus making them smarter and more educated. In conclusion, changes in exercise helps boost positive self-image, reduce anxiety and depression, and schools grew to help teachers teach and make students more educated. That was the video, and thank you for watching.